Hey there neighbors, welcome to Wild Homestead Living. I'm Julie and today I am going to give you a quick and simple plan for making an herbal infusion. It takes just 5 steps, and if you can boil water, you can do this. Let's get started. Like I said, herbal infusions are really simple. If you can boil water, you can make one. The trickiest part is finding herbs. Now, I make nettle herbal infusions on nearly a daily basis. And if you've seen our video about harvesting nettles, you know that's part of our lives, but we're often not able to harvest enough to last a whole year. And when I find myself needing some, my go-to company is mountainroseherbs.com, and this is one of the bags that I'm using right now. The reason I like them is they are a company that supports fair trade when they're buying around the globe. They source local companies that are ethical harvesters in this country, and they treat their employees really well. So if you're interested in checking them out, I'll put a link in the description below. The other items I like, which are optional, are lemon. It's an organic lemon. And then this is raw honey from a local supplier in my valley. The equipment that you need is 2 mason jars. These are each 1 quart. A solid lid. I like these plastic lids with a gasket, but even the metal lids with rings are good. And then I use this mesh screen and ring. This is actually one that I bought from trueleaf.com, which I'll also leave a description below on where to get that. And a measuring cup. This is really optional. And I should mention that you need a way to be able to heat up water. This is our coffee maker. We actually boil water in it more often than we make coffee, but whether you use a tea kettle or a pot, just some way that you can make water hot. That's all you need. I usually make my nettle infusions right around bedtime, and the first thing I do is I get my water going in the coffee pot. Now the coffee pot doesn't technically boil it gets really close. For this recipe, it doesn't matter if you get to boiling, just somewhere right around that area where it's very hot. Then while the water's going, I get my herbs. Some people measure their herbs on a scale, some people use more than I do, some people use less, but what I do is I just get my 1/3 a cup, I get somewhere around that 1/3, and I dump it in the jar. And then I come over to my water and I pour it in. And I just pour it right over the herbs until it's just to the top. And then I take my solid lid and I screw it on. And I kind of make sure the herbs are all coated, and I leave this on the counter overnight. That's really it. When I wake up in the morning, the infusion usually looks like this. It's a dark, rich tea. And I take off the solid lid and I replace it with the mesh lid. And then all you have to do is strain it into the empty jar. Now I usually like to kind of have my jar to the top full. Some of the water gets absorbed by the herbs, and that's just fine. You can fill it with water, whatever you choose. And then I put the extra herbs in my compost pile or worm bin. And then this, I'll add a squeeze of lemon and usually a little bit of honey just for taste. And then it's ready to go. I'll pack this into my lunch bag and drink it during my work day. If I'm not going to drink it all in one sitting, then I usually try to make sure it's refrigerated and lasts for 24 hours. If it seems like I'm going to be keeping it longer than 24 hours, I often will just dump it in my worm bin or my compost pile and start over again. But it's really just as simple as that. So there you go. I hope that this video has helped to make the process of herbal infusion brewing really simple for you. If you're interested in learning more about why I drink herbal infusions and why you might be interested in them, again, I encourage you to read the article I wrote over on our website at wildhomesteadliving.com. And I would love for you to sign up for our newsletter. It's totally free, and we send out weekly videos like this, as well as tips and stories about living your homestead dream. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Shall we experiment? Are we rolling on that one? Cat butt optional. Can you see him right now?